I've never posted a video before online. I'm not much for the social media. However, I, like most everybody, have spent some time on Facebook, and I've seen the videos of folks that encounter um, good people, whether it be at a Walmart or in other trying circumstances, and they're looking to do something positive for that person. And they often engage in some sort of fundraising to try to ease that person's burden. And I'm touched with a great many of them, much like you probably are too. And I was just happened to be mentioning one of those that caught my attention the other day with my daughter, who spends more time on social media than I do. But I was telling her about a story and uh, that I had run across, and I wanted to share it with you because I thought it would be worthy of your support and perhaps even your attention. And maybe we can spread the word and do something good for somebody that's doing a lot of good in the world. I happened to be at my veterinarian and saw a gentleman come in, and I've seen him about town, and he's a very colorful individual, if I can be politically correct in saying that. And I asked the veterinarian, because I see him often, and he is rumored to have taken on hundreds of dogs and cats that were unwanted in the community. And the veterinarian told me that, in fact, that's exactly what he has done, and that he believed that he's been called by God to take care of the unwanted animals in the community. And if that weren't interesting enough, and he has a great many of them out there, and he's a retired fellow on disability, military veteran on disability, as I came to understand. And he literally spends his every penny taking care of these animals because he lives out on a very small farm and has hundreds. And I, who have a few dogs and cats of my own on my small place, understand exactly how much work goes into this, taking care of just a few. I couldn't imagine 100, 150 animals to take care of on a daily basis. It must be daunting. But she was very quick to tell me a very colorful story, and I had heard rumors about this fellow. His name's Jim Carmi, and he's up in just outside of Kansas City in Missouri, in a little place called Ellsbury. And she said that Jim, back in his younger days, was quite a hellraiser, that he rode with the outlaw biker gangs, and he sold drugs, and he was a gun runner, and that he had been in and out of federal prison a great many times, and that on the very last occasion after he had gotten out, he had fallen back in with his same old gang. And after an evening, apparently, of doing something evil, they were in the bar, and he was lamenting that he had come to hate the life that he had been living his entire adulthood, and that he didn't want to be. He essentially said, "I don't want to be me anymore. I hate this, and I'd do anything to change it." Drunk, he gets on his Harley Davidson, and a couple of minutes later, going up the road, he's hit head on by a semi. The semi keeps going, disappears, and he's in a coma in the hospital for months. And when he wakes up, he's got complete amnesia. It's talking about God working in mysterious ways. He says it out loud. I don't want to be me anymore. He gets hit by a semi, and he wakes up, and he's not who he used to be. He doesn't know who he is. And all he knows is that God has put on his heart that he needs to be a better man than he ever was. Now, I don't know about you, but I know that over the course of my Bible studies as a young boy, God always seemed to pick the most colorful characters to redeem and offer second chances to. They became his apostles. And talking about a guy who's got a story, good Lord, talking about riding with outlaw biker gangs, drug dealing, gun running, and God only knows what other evil and bad deeds were done by these guys in the normal course of their existence. I've watched the movies and the TV, just like you have. But here's this guy that has just come from the darkest places on earth and has found himself trying to walk in the light. And this isn't just a recent occurrence. I have known of Jim Carmy out on his farm for years. And this is like a decade has passed since he's taken on this mantle of taking care of these animals. And nobody's out there helping him. I know this. Nobody does anything for this guy. And he literally spends his every single Social Security dollar taking care of these animals. And just the other day, the vet tells me she happens to know of a young lady who ran into a financial situation and had to take her two pets out there to him. And she was just crushed because she had to move. She couldn't take the dogs with her at that point. Didn't know what to do. These had been her pets for years and years and years. This isn't an abandoned animal type of thing. And yet Jim Carmy said, I'll take care of the animals. No, you don't have to give me any money. I'll take care of them. And one of them had a bad health issue. And Jim brought the animal into the vet. And that's how this story was imparted to me and how I've come to know it. I see a lot of great stories out there on Facebook, people deserving of support and love and care. And I just don't know the last time I heard a better story than the one Jim Carmy walks with. Bad guy becomes good guy. Say what you want about all of us having to serve in to honor the word and what have you. But good Lord, this guy's taken on all of these animals, and he does it all without any help from anybody. I would like to encourage you. I am now engaged. I want to help him myself. And I think this is the first step. You have to start spreading the word, right? So I'm going to have my daughter help build a little website for him. I'm going to call a couple of friends that I have that can do things in social media and in the digital marketing world. And I would like to raise some money for this guy. Whether it be a GoFundMe or whatever it is, I'm not necessarily going to just turn around and write a check, but I want to find ways in which we can help. Because trying to take care of a couple of hundred animals, just in all the cages and the enclosures, I've got 5, and just cleaning the cages every day, cleaning the kennels every day can end up taking 10, 15 minutes, let alone if you had 100 of them. I mean, just do the math. 100 if you spent just 5 minutes in each kennel, and that's not a lot. 5 minutes in each kennel, and you got 10 hours of the day gone. 6 minutes in a kennel, 12 hours in a day. And this guy's been doing it 365 days a year for the last 10 years. Now, if that isn't commitment, if that isn't putting your mouth, where your money is, that's what it's about. So I encourage you. We're going to build something, and OG Rescue is how he jokingly refers to it, is that he is looking to spread the message of God's love for him, the redemption, second chances. And we're all entitled to that. I encourage you, go find OG Rescue out there on the web. We're trying to build this. Spread this message. Jim, we're going to try to encourage him to tell his story and upload some clips, and hopefully you'll fall in love with the story too and be willing to help. I thank you for your time, and share this with somebody. Let's let people know that there's someone like this out there that's really walking the walk, putting his money where his mouth is. Wow. Couldn't imagine. So impressed. It's a rare, honest moment, and a really interesting fellow. So help me support him. Thank you.